Since its explosive debut in 2016, Stranger Things has captivated millions with its nostalgic 80s vibe, hair-raising sci-fi horror, and an ensemble of unforgettable characters played by young actors who are now household names, from Millie Bobby Brown's haunting portrayal of Eleven to the lovable charm of Gaten Mazzaro's Dustin. The show doesn't just deliver thrilling plot lines, it launched careers as well. With the final season slated for a 2025 release, the buzz is louder than ever. And if you're wondering how they ended up with that ensemble of stars, even when they were not yet stars, here's everything you need to know about what Stranger Things auditions were and how the cast landed their iconic roles. So a quick flashback first of all. What is Stranger Things all about? Let's rewind to where it all started. The Duffer Brothers, Matt and Ross. They are the masterminds behind this monster of a series. They created a world that mashes together the best of Stephen King, John Carpenter and Spielberg. The show first began filming in late 2015 in Georgia and premiered on Netflix in July 2016. At the heart of season 1 is a chilling mystery. When 12-year-old Will Byers vanishes without a trace, his friends and family launch a frantic search. Now what they uncover is something far bigger than a missing child. A government lab, a supernatural girl with powers, and a dimension called the Upside Down, crawling with monsters. That girl, Eleven, played by the then unknown Millie Bobby Brown. Now, by season 2, the stakes went even higher. Will has returned, but he's, well, not quite himself. He's now connected to an ominous creature called the Mind Flayer. The kids team up again to save their friend and seal the gateway between worlds. Along the way, we meet Max Mayfield, a skateboarding firecracker who quickly earns her place among the crew. Well, in season 3, the 80s aesthetic is in full swing with the opening of the Starcourt Mall, a retro paradise that doubles as the perfect cover for a secret Soviet lab. Because, well, why not, eh? Once again, Hawkins is under siege and Eleven has to face off against the Mind Flayer in a battle that leaves fans clutching their hearts, especially when Jim Hopper appears to sacrifice himself in a last-ditch effort to close the portal. Then came the supersized season 4, split into 2 parts and packed with action, horror and heartbreak. Eleven embarks on a journey to regain her powers. Hopper's alive, but in a Russian prison, and Hawkins is played by a new villain, Vecna, whose twisted murders shake the town to its core. The season ends on a cliffhanger that sets the stage for what promises to be a jaw-dropping finale in season 5. So, who is in the cast of Stranger Things? A good question. Let's have a look at it. Stranger Things wouldn't be the same without its brilliant ensemble cast. Now, in the early seasons, the core group included Millie Bobby Brown as Eleven, the psychokinetic heroine with a troubled past, Finn Wolfhard as Mike, the natural leader and Eleven's closest confidant, Gaten Matazzaro as Dustin, the lovable nerd with a heart of gold, Caleb McLaughlin as Lucas, the skeptic turned loyal friend, Noah Schnapp as Will, the quiet kid at the centre of the show's mystery, and Winona Ryder as Joyce, Will's fiercely protective mom, David Harbour as Jim Hopper, the gruff but lovable Hawkins sheriff. Other memorable cast members include Joe Keery's transformation from douchebag jock to fan favourite babysitter Steve, Natalia Dyer as Nancy, Charlie Heaton as brooding Jonathan, and Sadie Sink as the bold and brave Max. Season 4 added even more depth with new faces like Joseph Quinn as the unforgettable Eddie Munson, Eduardo Franco as laid-back Argyle, Jamie Campbell-Bower as the chilling Vecna, and Robert Englund, yes, Freddy Krueger himself, as Victor Creel. Cool! Now, looking ahead to season 5, the show is bringing in some fresh blood. Legendary Terminator actress Linda Hamilton is joining the cast, though her role is being kept under wraps. And stepping into the Upside Down are newcomers Nell Fisher, Jake Connolly, and Alex Bro. How did the original cast land their roles? Well, here's where things get really interesting. If you're hoping to break into the business, you'll be inspired by how the original cast landed their gigs, because none of them were massive stars at the time. Carmen Cuba, the casting director for Stranger Things, has a reputation for spotting raw talent, and according to her, what mattered most was individuality. These weren't cookie-cutter roles meant for Disney Channel grads. They were designed for kids who felt real, with distinct personalities that didn't overlap. When casting the original group, Cuba had the actors read scenes that weren't even from the show. In fact, much of the audition material came from the classic coming-of-age film Stand By Me. Why? Well, because the Duffer Brothers were looking for that same kind of emotional authenticity. Kids who could genuinely connect, not just act. Now, this method worked wonders when Millie Bobby Brown auditioned, for 11. She repeatedly and reportedly blew the creators away with her raw emotion and her intensity. Noah Schnapp had previously voiced Charlie Brown in the Peanuts movie, but his portrayal of Will showed a surprising level of depth for such a young actor. Gaten Matarazzo, who has a rare condition called cleidocranial dysplasia, brought a unique energy and presence that helped refine what a leading young actor could look like. As the show grew in popularity, it started to attract interest from big-name actors, but surprisingly, this presented a challenge. According to Cuba, the team had to be selective. "We didn't want to lose the authenticity," she explained. "Throwing a random A-lister into Hawkins just because of their name would have broken the spell. Every new addition had to feel organic, like they belonged in that world." That's why season 4 breakout stars like Joseph Quinn, Eddie, and Jamie Campbell-Bower, Vecna, resonated so deeply. They didn't just play roles, they embodied characters in ways that felt both fresh and true to the show's DNA. When does filming for Stranger Things season 5 start? Well, after months of anticipation, the final season of Stranger Things is officially in the can. Yay! On December 20th, 2024, Netflix dropped a major announcement that sent fans into a frenzy. Filming for season 5 had wrapped. Alongside the exciting news, they shared some behind-the-scenes photos on X, formerly Twitter, with the caption, "That's a wrap on Stranger Things. See you in 2025. So, filming began in early January 2024, after delays caused by the writers' strike. It was on January 8th that Netflix posted a heartwarming photo of the entire cast back on set, confirming what fans had been eagerly awaiting to hear. The Hawkins crew was back in action. And here's a fun detail. During an interview on the In the Envelope Actors podcast, Gaten Matarazzo, aka Dustin, revealed that the cast held a read-through of the final episode on his birthday, September 8th. Imagine celebrating your birthday by diving into the script of one of the most anticipated TV finales of the decade. Not a bad way to turn 22, is it? Adding even more buzz to season 5's production was the surprise announcement that Oscar-nominated director Frank Darabont, first known for The Shawshank Redemption and The Green Mile, would direct several episodes. After years away from the industry, Darabont says it was the heart of Stranger Things that pulled him back in. "Our content now is so filled with horrible people doing horrible things for greedy reasons," he said, "but Stranger Things has so much heart. That positivity is something I really responded to." Back in November 2023, the show's writers gave fans a sneak peek by sharing the very first lines from the final season script. They also unveiled the title of the first episode, Chapter 1, The Crawl. It was a small tease, but enough to set the internet ablaze with theories and excitement. So, is season 5 the end of Stranger Things? Yes, it is actually. Season 5 is the end of the main storyline we've followed since 2016, but it's far from the end of the Stranger Things universe, right? So, back in 2021, Netflix co-CEO Ted Sarandos teased that Stranger Things was just getting started as a franchise, and the Duffer Brothers confirmed that statement in an open letter shortly after, writing, "There are still many more exciting stories to tell within the world of Stranger Things. New mysteries, new adventures, new unexpected heroes." Wow. And to make that happen, the Duffers launched their own production company, Upside Down Pictures, in 2022. The company has a broader deal with Netflix and will focus on developing new film and TV projects that expand the Stranger Things universe. So, while this chapter may be closing, there's every reason to believe we'll be revisiting Hawkins or somewhere like it again soon. So while we wait for Netflix to finally drop that official release date, all signs point to a thrilling, emotional, and high-stakes ending for Stranger Things. With filming wrapped, the cast in place, this finale is ready to shake us to our core and is set to bring the saga to a dramatic and satisfying close. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll see you again in the next one soon. Take care. Bye.